Hey, this is Victor Antonio, and welcome to this morning's podcast. Last night I was watching Deepak Chopra, the speaker, existentialist, metaphysics dude, and it's always interesting to listen to Deepak Chopra. Some of this stuff is actually deep. Some of it, to be honest, doesn't make sense to me, but I try to understand. But what I was listening to yesterday was very interesting, and I thought he had some really key points. At some point within the 30-minute dialogue, I think I diverted from him at 15. But I do want to talk about the first 15 minutes that I thought were really tangible and made me go, never looked at it that way. So let me deconstruct what he was talking about. He was talking about you being and the reality of being. I know. I'm losing you already, I can tell. So what he was talking about was, he said, let's have a starting point. Let's talk about what is a belief, right? Because what you believe sometimes basically transmits what you put out into the universe, he says, and it comes back at you reaffirming or reconfirming your belief system. So he said, let's define belief. So he said, a belief is a thought that is true for you. That's a good line. I like that. A belief is a thought that is true for you. And then the second part is, how do you acquire that belief? Well, you acquire that belief through the interpretation of a past experience. Oh, let me slow down. You acquire the belief through the interpretation of a past experience. In other words, if something happened to you, you will interpret it somehow, and that gets stored in your brain as a belief. So, when somebody gives you a cup of coffee, the first time you tried it, you probably just took a strong sip of it without thinking about it, and you burned yourself. So now you acquired a belief that all coffee handed to you is probably hot. Now think about this in a general sense, and it's kind of interesting because we are the sum total of all our thoughts. That's what Earl Nightingale said, right? So we are a sum total of all our thoughts. We're really a sum total of all our beliefs. These are things that have happened to us over the years, and as things happen to us over the year, you basically accumulate this set of beliefs. And this set of beliefs is how you view the world. Now, this is interesting. He then said, this set of beliefs that you now developed is not your true self. It is the socially conditioned self. He talked about the hypnosis of social conditioning. And what he meant was that all these experiences you've experienced has created a new you. I know, sounds like some dualism here, right? By that meaning that there is an original you, and then society has molded you, and now there's another person within you. I don't know if I believe that, but let's go with it for a while. So he is saying that there's this you. Let's call you A, right? I'll just call you A. A is the pure you.